Hi guys, Matt Lemke here with Your Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com, and today I'd like to invite you in to sit down with me and make your very first Pathfinder Second Edition character. It's one of the easiest things you're going to do within the system. It's even easier than thinking about what you're going to do with your 3 actions in the action economy system. Yes, it is that easy. Anyway, this is primarily for people who haven't played before or haven't created a character in Second Edition. If you've created characters in the playtest, you've got a really good idea of what this is, but you don't have to leave. Please stay. Hit the notification bell, hit the subscribe button, share this video, like it. Yes, like button. Anyway, alright, moving on. Enough of that self-promotion. That was boisterous. I am going to recreate a character that I played in 3.5. Generally, when you sit down to create characters, there's a need within the party or whatever, and you have an idea of what you want to do. And within Pathfinder Second Edition, that consists of 3 things: ancestry, background, and class. Now, with me, I don't think it matters what order you choose those in. If you want to, you want to play a champion, pick champion first. It doesn't matter. I don't think that you need to know or sit down and be writing on paper the moment you're listing these things out. As long as you know before you do it and you sit down and start doing it. So then my character was an elf in 3.5, and then he, for background, I ended up choosing Martial Disciple. Now, with that said, I'd like to switch views, start recording things, and show you how easy it is to create a character once you have your concept down. It shouldn't take us more than 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Alright, I'm back. And just to recap real quick, I'm playing a Elvish champion who is a martial disciple. And what that basically means is that he's a warrior who fights for good in this case. Now, I have found that it is best to go ahead and follow the order of ancestry, background, and class when you actually get to the point of filling out your character sheet. You don't have to do that when you're developing your character concept or idea. Basically, I knew I wanted to play a champion, and I wanted him to be an elf because that's what I played in 3.5, and didn't really have backgrounds, so I kind of had to pick one that fit and would help get him to where I wanted him to be. So, starting off with the elf, which is on page 39, some things happen here. You have your ancestry, which is elf, which gives you 6 hit points as your base. It gives you a move of 30 feet, plus it gives you a boost in dexterity, intelligence, 1 free one, which is strength, and a flaw. Now, you might notice that I drew them different ways. I put forward slashes as anything that's free and backslashes as the 4 that are assigned to every character, and I do that just in case I make a mistake. It's a little bit easier to go back and track it and figure it out. And then you get your basic, let's see, did I miss anything? Well, on this page we'll do the languages, which the base languages are Elven and Common for elves, and then you get an additional X for where X is equal to your intelligence modifier, which we'll come back to that in a little bit. And then on the next page, you have your ancestry feats. Elves start with low light vision. And the heritage of the Whisper Elf, you get a special seek action, which basically allows you to detect undetected creatures by using sound or listening. And then I took Unwavering Mean because my character was of strong will in 3.5, and Unwavering Mean basically allows my character a status bonus when saving against mind control. With that said, the next thing up would be Martial Disciple. Just to verify real quick on page 39, I'm going to run through it real quick. We have the 6 hit points. We have size medium. I didn't share that he's elf and humanoid for the traits. We did the 2 languages. And we did low light vision. I also jumped ahead, chose the heritage, and did the feat, and gave him his heritage feat. You don't really have to do that at this stage, but it's easier not to forget it if you do there. So Martial Disciple basically means my guy is studying to be a great warrior, or studied most of his life to be a great warrior. And you get a choice of an ability boost between strength or dexterity plus one free one. I am taking dexterity, and I put my free into constitution, and I'm doing that because, well, I want the constitution bonus if I'm going to be able to get to it for, obvious reasons of hit points. Then you get your choice between two skills, and the Martial Disciple allows you access to either acrobatics or athletics. My character is going to be acrobatic based, and then as a result, you also get a skill feat. In this case, the skill feat is related to the choice you made. My choice was acrobatics, so my character will get catfall, which basically allows my character to fall farther and take less damage. Then we move on to being a champion, which you can find on page 105 is where it starts, I believe. Yes, 105. And from here, we're just going to start right with the key ability and the hit points and move right on through. My character is a Redeemer, which surprisingly, the Redeemer in the book, where's he at? Basically has the same, is a little different than the way I'm going to be playing my character. My character was a little bit more dexterity based. So we're going to boost his dexterity here. I'm going to put a star here so I never forget that it's his key ability. And then over here, you go 10 hit points. And you don't have to put them here. This is just how I'm using it as like a tracking sheet to get to the point of my max hit points. And then you move into all of your proficiencies. You can actually stop here and do your 4 ability boosts and figure out your ability scores first if you wish, because all this stuff then you can just do it and plug it in. And that's actually what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go with 1 in intelligence, 1 in strength, 1 in charisma, and 1 in constitution. So to figure out your ability scores, your modifiers are the easy one. Just don't get confused if you use the system. So if you have 2 positive lines, your bonus will be 2. 3. In this case, it won't be 2, it'll be 1 because these 2 cancel each other out. Intelligence will give you 2. Wisdom will have none because there's nothing there. And my charisma will be 1. So your scores, to figure your score, all these start at 10. So you take 10, 12, 14. 10, 12, 14, 16. Because each of those is worth 2. 10, 8, 10, 12. 12, 14. 10 wisdom. And a 12 charisma. Go ahead and fix this real quick. Questions? Put them in the comments below. If I made mistakes, let me know. It's hard to film and pay attention to everything you're doing sometimes. Then, next thing up is that he's trained in perception. So, right underneath the Pathfinder logo for the character sheet, you can see that trained is 2+ level. So we are level 1 characters. Your trained proficiency is 3. I have a 0 wisdom modifier, so that makes that a 3. Then I'm going to come right over here to saving throws because they're next. We will start with fortitude, which we are an expert in. Expert is 4+ level, so your proficiency bonus is a 5. Then you add your constitution bonus to that, which is 1, for a total of 6. Then the reflex save, you are trained in as a champion, Your proficiency will be a 3 plus your dex mod, which in this case is 3 also, for a total of 6. There are no item bonuses on my character at this point in time because I do not have anything that allows me magic or anything special that is going to give the character any bonuses, so we don't even have to worry about that for this video. And then will, you are also trained, or I'm sorry, expert in will saves. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that as well, so I know in the future. And you can use that to count too. So it's 2, 4, master is 6, legendary is 8. That's another way to remember it. It's 2, 4. So you have 4 plus your level is 1 is 5 for your proficiency. My wisdom bonus is 0, so it's a 5. Now, from there you go into your skills. This is why I like to do the other part first. So as a champion, you are automatically trained in religion. And then you get one more skill from your deity. And my deity is going to be Gorham. At least for now. This character is actually going to be played in a different game world. So the deity may change by the next time we do our character leveling up. So we have Gorham gives athletics. And while I'm here, I'm just going to go ahead and do this also. The proficiency is 3, 3, and then 3 for religion. My dexterity mod is 3. Can't fill it out yet because I don't know what armor I'm wearing. Athletics, my strength modifier is 2. Again, we can't finish filling it out over here because we don't know what armor we're wearing. And then with a 2 intelligence bonus, I get 2 more skills. Oh, I forgot one thing. I'm sorry. From Martial Disciple, I get Lore Warfare to be trained in. And that's intelligence, so that'd be 2 plus 3 for a total of 5. And then, at this point in time, I get 2 skills plus 2 for my intelligence modifier. And this character is going to use the skills of Society. That'll be 1. Stealth will be 2. I'm just going to grab another die. Up here to Diplomacy for 3. And skill number 4 was Occultism, which I actually might change that before I play the game. It just seems like it fit the character that I created at the time. So we can go through and we can actually fill those out right now. So we have proficiency bonus of 3 plus charisma bonus of 1, which is 4 for diplomacy. We have a proficiency bonus of 3 for occultism, and an intelligence bonus of 2 for 5. Proficiency bonus of 0 for religion, which is 3. Society, we have proficiency bonus of 3. My bad. And an intelligence bonus of 2 for 5. And we have a stealth bonus of 3 for proficiency and 3 for dexterity, but there's an armor penalty possible. So there are all of his skills. Before I forget, I'm going to go ahead and do the 2 languages now. And we're going to speak Draconic and Goblin. Depending on the setting we play in, those languages might change before the first game, so if they look different in the next video, don't be alarmed. Okay, so after that we go to attacks, which your weapon proficiencies are here. And champions are trained, well, pretty much in everything. All simple weapons, all martial weapons, and the unarmed combat. They are also trained in all armors, including unarmored. So there's that. There's that. Medium and heavy. And they are trained in their class D, as are all classes. They're class D. They're class DC. So the key ability is dexterity, which is a 3. Is that legible? That's not legible. Proficiency is a 3 because you were trained in it. No item bonus at this point in time. So my class DC is 16. You are also trained in spell attacks. Oops, that's not the right sheet. You are trained in spell attacks. And you get your key ability most of the time, but with the case of a champion, you get your charisma, which my charisma bonus is a 1. And that is going to be the same for both your spell attack roll and your spell DC. Plus, you are trained in them both. So your proficiency is a 3 at first level, which will make this a 14 and this a 4. And I'm just going to go ahead and circle this because my character is a divine caster of sorts. We'll get into that when we talk about the champion as a class. Now all that's left basically is to record your equipment, which when we get that far, we're gonna talk first about the choices I made as well, the choices and the abilities of the champion. So champions, especially in this case, they basically have they follow a tenet of good. This particular champion is neutral good, so he follows the Redeemer's Code, which the tenets of good kind of fall in favor or align with your deity's cause, and basically if you commit anathemas against your deity, you're no longer doing a tenet of good. Tenets of good also mean things like you cannot commit evil acts, you can't cast evil spells, or do anything basically that would do that for you. Now, to get a little bit more specific, this character is a follower of Gorham, so we will take a look here. So one of his edicts would be to obtain victory in a fair fight. There would not anathemas would be killing prisoners or surrendering foes. You would let them live. And to win a battle underhandedly, which kind of goes against what this character did in 3.5 just a little bit. So that's one of the reasons why the deity is hopefully going to change, because I want to play him the way I played him in 3.5. And we'll talk about that more as we multi-class the character in the next video. Before I forget, I want to go here too. So there is an additional 1 here for my hit points for my Constitution bonus from where it's a 12. So starting hit points are 17. Now I went ahead and I bought the Champions kit, which basically that's going to grant my character hide armor. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's back up just a step. Let's finish going over the key abilities here. So the Redeemer's Code is basically just what they have to do and how they play, and basically aligns itself with the deity's cause. The deific weapon, it basically means that if your deity has a weapon that your character does not normally have access to, you are granted access to it. And if you do have it, you get to use 1 die type greater if it's a simple weapon. Champion's reaction is also tied to the deity's cause in a sense. Basically, this is a reaction ability for combat. In this particular case, I have Glimpse of Redemption, which allows my character to strike at someone who struck a friendly or an ally of mine, the ally, and then I get to force, or I make the attacker feel guilty, basically, and if they get to choose whether or not they deal the damage or give the character that was the defender basically damage reduction for a few short turns. And I also then, you also get the general feat of shield block and weight of, I chose weight of guilt. And what weight of guilt does is it works with my champion's reaction ability, and in this case it triggers, the triggering creature becomes enfeebled 2, or I can somehow stupefy that creature for the same duration. And I have to look at that and weigh it down a little bit. I just really kind of want to play a little bit more with the condition of enfeeblement and see how it works in Pathfinder 2.0. That's why I made the choice. I want to see if it's as good in practice. Then, okay, so back to the front. And the equipment that I purchased was the Champion's Kit, which comes with actually quite a bit of stuff. And then on top of that, I bought some stuff. And we're going to do a couple of, we're going to fill out the armor so you understand how to do that. And then we're going to fill out one melee weapon and one ranged weapon. I know this is a little bit longer than I said it was going to be, but just hang in there. We're actually really close to being done. Hide armor. So the hide armor has you have your base of 10, or you have 3 for your dexterity modifier, or the cap, which in this case hide armor's cap is 2, plus your proficiency bonus, which in this case is 3. I am trained in it. And the item bonus, which from hide armor is a bonus of 3. Now, what I want to do as soon as possible is get him actually into chain armor, because that'll allow me to use my full dexterity bonus and really be a big jump. A chain shirt is only 5 gold pieces. I probably could have bought it, but I bought a lot of weapons. In fact, I may change my equipment. So we have 5, 8 plus 10. He has an armor class of 18. He also purchased a shield, which was a large shield. It's not something my character used before, but I purchased a shield because I got the shield feat. It's a steel shield. It gives a +2 AC bonus when being used. And it has a bulk of 1, which we didn't go over bulk yet. That's one of the other things we're going to do. Hardness of 5. It has hit points of 20 and 10. And we will go over that meaning at another time. So for the weapons, we're going to do 2 weapons. He is trained in them both, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this part now. And his strength modifier is, well, down here, his strength modifier is 2. And this is a bastard sword, which in the campaign that I originally played in 3.5, this was the deity's weapon. It uses a D8 for damage. It is a slashing weapon. It also is two-handed. D12. So when you use it as a two-handed weapon, it ups the die type to a D12. So my modifier is a 5. And then we're going to use a kukri, and the reason why I chose a kukri is because it's full of goodness and teaches you how to do some extra stuff. So I'm going to put this right here like this because I'm going to have a 2 or a 3. Kukris are a agile / finesse weapon, and they allow you to use your dexterity modifier instead of your strength mod. So it's a D6 weapon. Strength is 2. I put strength of 3, and that's a strength of 2. They have agile, finesse, and oops, that belongs over here. Belongs with the traits, and trip. So I don't see any reason why ever to use the strength, but so it's a 3/6. I got a +6 with it, which is really good because if you look at the traits of the equipment of them, agile is the one that allows you to take 1 off your penalty for using it as a second attack, and then finesse is the trait that allows you to use your dexterity modifier and your strength modifier on attack rolls. You still use your strength when calculating damage. And trip is basically with the athletic skill, you can actually, use it to trip up an opponent. It's interesting, to say the least. And then for ranged attacks, he has Javelin from the Champions Kit. Your dexterity modifier in this case is a 3, and your proficiency is 3 because you are trained in it. Javelin does a D6 type, and I think it has, I didn't write it down, I gotta double check real quick. I'm pretty sure it has the thrown trait. Yes, it has the thrown trait. Which adds the strength, which adds strength to the damage. And I'm going to put that here. TH2. And that's pretty much it. That's how you fill them out. Questions? Again, ask them below. I will answer any questions I want. If I made a mistake, guys, let me know. I don't always follow these character sheets as best I can, because I usually kind of just use notebook paper, so I save ink. Then the only other thing we have left to do is bulk, which I'm going to go ahead and erase my notes from before and fix it real quick, and then we're going to go over my bulk for my character. So we have, first, we might as well figure our encumbered and our unencumbered rates, which is strength is 5 plus your strength mod. In this case, it's going to be 7, and 12 for max, and the bulk I'm carrying. So basically, my character bought the Champions kit, and then he also purchased some extra stuff. So I'm going to use the ready to item section to show you some of the math. The Champions kit is 3 bulk and 7 light. So I added a bastard sword, which is 1 bulk. I added a kukri, which is 1 bulk. I'm sorry, I said the kukri. The kukri is a light. So we'll go ahead and erase that right now. And then I added a rapier, which is 1 bulk. And I added a shield, which is 1 bulk. So I end up with 6 bulk and 8 light. I am not yet encumbered, but I am darn close. Plus I have 22 silver pieces left over. Now, like I said, I might change the hide armor out. I chose the Champions kit just for ease and convenience of making the video, and the fact that he's a low-level character. So, real quick, let's make sure that we have done everything. We have Thalen, the Elvish Whispering Champion, who is a martial disciple. We have all of the ability scores filled out. We have filled out will, the shield, hit points. We have the perception filled out. What did we miss? We missed the armor. So real quick, let's go back to our armor section and find out what the armor penalty is on hide armor. I believe it's 2. The check penalty is 2. So our acrobatics will be a 4. 3, 6 minus 2 is 4. Our athletics will be 3. And then the only other one that we have right now with a armor check penalty is stealth, which will be a 4. And then I filled out the equipment, all the feats. I haven't picked my spells yet. I don't know where we're playing, what we're going to be up against. And if I remember correctly anyway, I have very limited access. And I think in fact, why don't I just look? Gorm might change, but I believe as a champion, I get access and I have to use focus to do my spells. Yeah, so my focus spells are heightened to half of my character level rounded up, and I can never have more than 3 focus points. And in the case of Gorham, I get access to where are they? True Strike, Enlarge, Weapon Storm. And that's it, man. That is how you create a character. Sorry it went longer. I guess teaching is a little bit harder than I thought it was. I thought I was going to be able to cover this video in about 15 minutes, but it was pretty detailed. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, share, and come back when I do archetyping. I'm going to multi-class archetype Thalen over into another class. So that should be interesting. And I'm actually that video will also take him up, I think, all the way through level 9. We will do that. We'll do like 2nd level, 5th level, 7th level, and 9th level, I think is what we'll do. So I'll have the other characters ready to go. Alright, have a good day. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share. You know, people who want to play this game or learn about the character creation, send them this link, please, and thank you. Hi, guys. Meet the Nibbles, who's gonna go down. She just decided not to go down my back, so we'll do this for her so she's comfy. Thanks for watching my video, and I appreciate it. Please hit the like button and share it if you know somebody who might be interested. And of course, there's always Twitter and the Facebook thingy, and soon I have a newsletter coming. That'll be down there or in the link below, and my kitty cat loves that idea. So anyway, there was one more thing. Oh yeah, subscribe. Be a part of my community, our community. Let's make it grow together. See you guys at a con somewhere, or a local store, or if I'm driving through the country, maybe a game club. I don't know. You're not going to go knock down my camera. Bye, guys.